Yo, what's up, guys? Just having a walk around. Hope everyone's doing well today. Yo, Anton, welcome back. So, what are your thoughts on that then? Like, if you tax the rich higher, then they're just going to move somewhere else where there's less tax. So it just doesn't actually really, do any good, I don't think. I don't know what your thoughts on that, but what's tax like in your country, Anton? Do you get taxed a lot then, or? I mean, I just think, like, why tax, like, people who are not earning that much? I mean, that's right. Yeah, why would you, even, 30, 40,000 a year, why would you tax them? It just seems a bit like they're already struggling, a lot of them, as it is, so why tax them when they're already struggling? I mean, a lot of this tax is just being wasted anyway. A lot of it's just being blown up in smoke. Like, it's just, they just, I don't know. I mean, I would argue it would probably, like, I was thinking about, like, how the small businesses would probably actually be able to do better because people would have more money to support them. So corporations would actually be not probably, they're probably, the only way that they would be able to survive would be to have it at a low price. So I don't necessarily think that they would put their prices up to compensate. I don't know. But I'm not exactly sure what would happen, but I mean, it's just, I don't agree with all the money just being wasted. I mean, if they're going to tax all these people, then they should be giving the small businesses some, returns, I guess. I mean, if a small business goes under, then maybe help them to, I mean, not to stop them from going under. I mean, I don't know. Hello, Jordan. How are you doing? Good morning to you. It's just they don't care about small business. Look what happened with the 2008 financial crash, where they bail out the banks. So if you're earning over, if you're one of these, like, elites, then you get bailed out. It's just not fair, is it? It's not fair that these, big corporations can get bailed out. You get the bankers getting tax breaks and all this stuff, but then people who are struggling to get by, then they get no support whatsoever. It's just an absolute joke. Small business always needs to be supported by government. What are you on about, Aura man? How you doing anyway? Welcome in here. Good morning. Thank you for the likes, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, everyone. How's your day going, everybody? So, I mean, I don't necessarily think that, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I personally am like, hello, Tomsy. Here we go. Where you from? From the UK. What about you? I mean, I actually see it as we don't really need a government. I think that we should try and be more self-governed and have. I mean, we can still have some kind of system where we have. I mean, maybe like some kind of contribution thing where to provide for services and things like that. Oh, you're 10. Oh, really? That's quite young. Like, it's just whenever you let a government take over, then that's the problem that we see in this age where we're letting the government dictate how money's being spent, and that's public money. That is public funds that they are using. That is from people's hard-earned money, and they're just blowing it up in smoke, and I just find it absolutely just, it is absolutely, what's the word, deplorable. I mean, I've seen Astrid Wet, as far as I'm aware, just a freaking OF, isn't she that OF model or something? Just, I don't know. It's just these people are just, I think they're just, a lot of them just degenerates. Why? What about Astrid Wet? It's like you had this. What was the other one? Alexis Reed. It's like they're all just. They're using Jack's Fitness to just like prop up their OnlyFans. I think, innit? They're just. I don't know. Yeah. It's funny how her name's Wet, like wet pussy or something. I don't know. Yeah. It's almost like one of those. Made up names or something. Astrid Wet. It doesn't even sound like a real name or something. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, how are you all doing today, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Alright. I thought restarting it might have pushed it out a bit more, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people coming in now, so. Anyway, but yeah. Got leaked. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't even care. I wouldn't even go and look for that. For some stinky fucking pussy like that, England going home today. All right. I don't know. I don't even care about all that shit. I don't care about football. It's all just. I don't know. Not something I really have any interest in whatsoever. It makes no sense to me who wins. It's not going to affect my life whatsoever. One-handed push-ups. That's something I really struggle with, Stefano, but I mean, I'll give you my best attempt at a one-arm push-up. Let's try and do it, shall we? Alright. I mean, that's about, I mean, if I do it this, I don't know. So I can't even get all the way down with it. It's just like, when you're tall, it's a lot more difficult. Prison video, what's that about? Thoughts on weed. I don't know. It might be good for certain people, but I've heard it can affect productivity, so you gotta try and create. I mean, people can be pretty creative though when they're on the weed, so I guess it depends on what you're trying to do. If you can moderate it, then I think it could be alright for certain people. It's just some people just seem to end up kind of just not doing anything. But it could be a correlation, not causation, that maybe it's just those types that are already quite bums that do weed. Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. It's like, is it causal or is it just a correlation? So, but yeah. What are your thoughts on weed? Yeah. Let's try a few exercises, shall we? Let me just... there's this thing called a side plank, which is like this. And if you like, I don't know exactly what it's supposed to do. I think maybe some abs, I'm not too sure, but yeah. I don't know. It's, yeah. Hello, John Harvey. How are you doing today? I'll show you the, I could try and do a bit of a pistol squat. Let me just do this, right? again. So it's just so much more difficult when you're tall. The balance is just way more difficult. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah. How you doing anyway, guys? I hope you're all doing well today. So I'll show you one of the things I do. We've got let me put the phone in the right position. So I'll use a bag of weights here, yeah. You can just like do this with the. You're doing the rows basically. If you want to make it more difficult, you can just do it unilateral. You just like switch sides in. Obviously, this ain't really a full workout doing this, just kind of a demonstration, but that's like, yeah, one of the things you can do to work your back. Marcus, like, you don't even know me, so you just come here saying you have no personality, but you don't even know me, so yeah. There's people who've told me I'm funny and that I'm, yeah. It's like you don't know anything about me, so just jog on. Well, you know, I can't help that I'm monotone, that's just how I am, so if you have nothing good to say, then... Hello, Natalie, good to see you again. How are you today? Yeah. Well, just go away then, trolls. Just go and go back under your bridge. Yeah, if you've got nothing good... Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. I mean, if you've got nothing good to say, then don't say anything. It's that simple. If you don't like it, jog on. Alright. Marcus says you look like a troll. Text one to no one. Hello, Jennifer K. How are you doing? Good morning to you. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Yeah, not too bad, thank you. I was actually banned for a week on TikTok from going live, so we're gonna go live on here now. I'm fucking off the TikTok live. It is an absolute joke on that. Also, they take a massive amount of money from your donations, so I think TikTok is a complete waste of time for most people, and yeah. I hate what they do where they, yeah, just... It just, the whole thing is just completely messed up. They're filtering comments out now, and it's just getting to an absolute joke. So yeah, we're on here now. We're going to grow over here on YouTube, and we're already seeing some progress with it. So yeah, we're just gonna kick some ass. Hello, Riley. Did they give you a reason for the ban? I think it was just... it might have been because I was taking the piss out of some people. I was taking the piss out of Bevo or something. Yeah, my name's Bevo. You know that, and I watched my girlfriend get pumped by some other guys. Yeah, just let them get on with it. Yeah. No, just like taking the piss out of some people and like, I don't know, maybe that's what it was. Someone might have reported it. It's just funny how like, it was only 2 days ago that I came off another ban, you know? Yeah, do you like mate? What do you mean, do you like mate? Says Socio. I mean, What do you mean, mate? Do you like mate? Do you have mates? You mean, or what are you trying to say? I don't know. I don't know like exactly what it was that they don't give you an exact reason, but I don't know. I don't know what you mean, but anyway, thank you for the likes, guys. Let's get likes up in here. I'll be on for about another 15 minutes. So, yeah, where are you from, guys? Where are you from, Jennifer? Oh, it's a drink. Oh, I don't know. I know there's a drink called Yerba Mate or something. Is it called? I've never actually drunk it, but I don't know. Never in my life have I drunk it. I mainly just drink water. Got a glass of water here. You know, I just drink water. It's just water's the best thing to. Oh, Georgia. What, you're from Georgia, are you? Yeah, devil went down to Georgia. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm thinking maybe is in a little bit I'm gonna go out to the park, do some exercises, maybe. Yeah. Wanna I've been in two minds whether to start this cut or whether to continue to make progress. I mean, I don't know, because you want to make sure that you are seeing that you want to, you know, see progress first, and then because it's like when you cut down and then what are you going to have left once you've cut, you know, it's like, because then you're just going to have to bulk up again, and yeah, so it's probably best to just. Hello, Joe. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, how are you doing? I'm going to be live on here regularly now, so yeah, I've made my decision. I'm going to be just using YouTube to go live now, so maybe at some point in the future we might get some guests on potentially, but because I could do split screen potentially, so yeah, so I could do split screen, but yeah, it's got this thing called go live with guests or whatever. I don't know, does it only let you do one guest or something? What do you suggest is the best way to lose body fat? Well, you're gonna need, first of all, you're gonna need a calorie deficit. You probably already know that, but probably, you know, a few hundred calories per day deficit, depending on your weight. They say don't try and lose more than 1% of your body weight per week. You know, so somewhere between 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per week you want to be in a deficit. So you will probably want to be most of the time about, you know, a few hundred calories per day deficit. Maybe no more than 1,000 calories per day, depending on your body weight. So, but yeah, I mean, to get into a deficit, you're gonna want to eat healthy foods. You want to eat fruit and veg. You're gonna need to probably just move around more. And you know, if you're someone that doesn't move a lot, then yeah, just increasing your step count would be sufficient. You don't necessarily want to go into any extreme exercise like doing, you know, circuits or whatever, like doing really hard circuits where your blood's really pumping hard. Maybe, you know, do some zone 2 cardio, so it's not necessarily gonna cause increases in hunger, at least not to any significant degree. In fact, I think they've found that regular exercise can actually, in some cases, decrease hunger because of a lot of the hunger isn't actual hunger, but rather cravings. And these cravings are potentially caused by boredom, because when we're bored, we want something to pleasure us. We want something to, to stimulate us. So by actually getting out and actually moving your body, and you actually feel that runner's high, then you might, actually have decreases in the perception of hunger. But you don't necessarily want to go too hard with it, because then you might have the compensatory effect from, vigorous cardio. So yeah. But if you go for more like moderate intensity cardio, then you may not get that same compensatory effect. You want to make sure that you're not feeling tired afterwards. You don't want to get to a point where you're too sore to where you're gonna feel like you just don't want to do anything. Because what's the point of you burned, an extra, say, 500 calories in a cardio session, to then be burning 500 calories fewer in the post-exercise window? Maybe say you burn 300 calories less in the post-exercise window, but you might eat 200 calories more because you increased hunger because of because you burn yourself out. You made yourself really sore, and your muscles needed to be replenished with the proteins and stuff. So you got to make sure that Now maybe it's possible to just try and make sure you're consuming high protein foods and low fat foods after doing exercise to prevent overconsumption of calories, perhaps, because protein is actually very low in, not very low, but actually a lot lower in calories than fat. So if you maybe focus on lean proteins after like a bout of cardio, might be a good idea to replenish the protein. So if you're feeling hungry, then make sure you're eating high protein food. Basically, yeah. Lifting weights or cardio better for burning fat. I would recommend doing both, because if you've got when you build up your physique, then you're actually going to have a higher basal metabolic rate, which is the amount of calories your body burns at rest. So yeah, so you may have like 100 or 200 calorie extra basal metabolic rate. I think they say something like you'll increase your metabolic rate by about 6 calories per pound of lean body weight. So if you have, say, you're putting on a pound of muscle, your basal metabolic rate will increase by about 6. I've heard when you actually exercise, that can actually increase even higher. So that's just being at rest. So if let's say you put on an extra, 20 pounds of muscle, then you're looking at your basal metabolic rate increasing by about 120 pounds, 120 calories, which can be quite significant when when you're trying to lose fat, because fat is less metabolically active than muscle. So that is something to consider. It's just going to be a lot easier to shift that fat, but once you're trying to lose fat, then dropping your calories as well as increasing your cardio may then be a good strategy. So that's the strategy I would go for. Depending on how high your body fat is, increase your muscle mass, and then focus on cardio, I suppose, might be maybe the best thing to do. But it might also be a good idea to increase cardio while you're putting on muscle, but not sure if you'll get the same level of results potentially. But I mean, there has been shown that it's possible to do a body recomposition if your body fat percentage is high enough. If you say your body fat percentage is at like 25%, may it be possible to do a body recomposition where you can add muscle on whilst losing fat at the same time, which would involve a lot of resistance training. So yeah, so that's my answer. I mean, resistance training will burn some calories, but not as much as cardio. So maybe when you're actually trying to cut and you're focusing more on losing fat, you actually want to focus more on cardio than lifting weights potentially, and okay, Godfrey. I heard barbell complex, aka a barbell circuit of several exercises, one after another, working multiple muscle groups, good for fat loss. As long as you're burning calories, then you're going to be, if you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose fat. Right. Thoughts on stretching between sets? I mean, for injury prevention, it might be good if you're doing a lot of heavy lifts. Started my weight loss journey at 86 kilos. I'm currently at 72 kilos. I've noticed more progress when I started lifting weights than when I started off with just cardio. Yeah, like I said, I think it's good to incorporate resistance training in, and you're going to get more definition as well. You're going to have just a better looking physique, because it's not probably going to be good for. It's like, you can lose fat, do cardio, but you're not necessarily going to have that tone, are you? You're not going to have that. You'll see some of these guys that really skinny guys, but they've just not got really any definition on them. It's like, people say abs are made in the kitchen, but I mean, that is true, but if you don't develop them, then they're not even going to be visible at even relatively low body fat percentages on a lot of people. Some people can still see abs very skinny if you've got good genetics, but they're not going to pop as much as what they would though if you develop them through resistance training. But now some might argue that you can just get away with indirect training, like for example doing squats. There is some indirect ab training for when you are squatting and you are hinging, aren't you? So when you're doing a squat, but what some say is better is actually unilateral exercises are actually superior when it comes to getting good core stability. So doing things like pistol squats, for example, would be really good for that. So I think people should try and incorporate some pistol squats into their routine. It's a good calisthenics exercise. It's a good progression from the bodyweight squat. It's gonna great for single leg strength. So good, James. You're right. If one's heart rate is up, even conventional training burns fat. Let's face it. Yeah, but if you want to get in good shape, then resistance training is, I think, crucial for that. If you want to have toned muscles, and you don't want to just look really skinny and frail, because you'll see these marathon runners and a lot of them just look really frail. Long distance running, long distance cycling, it's just not gonna, what a pistol squat. So basically, I'll just put my phone down a second and show you what I mean. But basically, right, you are basically putting one leg, you put one leg out like this. It's difficult for me because I'm tall. Bear with me. You're doing this, basically. I've always struggled with these things, but yeah. And put your arms out for balance. It's just, kind of looks a bit stupid, but... But that's basically what it is. I'm not very good at it because I can barely even, I can't straighten my leg out because, being tall, I've tried doing I made a video a while ago on the L-sit hold, and I couldn't straighten my legs out. Being tall does put you at a disadvantage in a lot of ways. Like, people who are short don't even seem to understand this, a lot of them. The challenges of being tall sometimes, but there are some advantages, like when it comes to, I think, tall people can tend to shrug a lot of weight because the long arms, it can actually give you more of a benefit when it comes to that potentially than deadlifts and things like that. So am I a trainer? No, I'm not, but I just kind of learnt a lot of knowledge over the years on this type of stuff. But yeah, when it comes to when it comes to bench press, I kind of struggle with that because long arms are not a good thing for that because of the increased range of motion. And yeah, what else? I mean, things like I suppose even things like push-ups, like pull-ups, rows, probably is going to be more difficult. So yeah, I've always struggled with a lot of those type of exercises. So I even struggle with things like monkey bars, but I can kind of somewhat do that now. It's just you just gotta slowly just keep improving day by day. I had a workout the other day and I was absolutely just like drained from. I was just doing a lot of and plus I was busking the day before, so I was just very much. I had to take a bit of time out of the training, really, not really go too hard with the training for a couple of days. I'm feeling recovered now, though. I can really get into it today. I need to just do some kind of workout today, I reckon. It's yeah. So what about you, Jennifer? You're not a trainer, are you then? Or I agree, Jim. I've heard compound lifts will engage the core, so squats, deadlifts, bench presses, and any standing barbell press movement will work the abs. Oh, yeah, to a certain degree, maybe it's good to have some indirect training, but yeah, I do agree. It's mostly your diet. It's mostly going to be getting down to a low body fat percentage. Yeah, I mean, no, I wish, right? Yeah, I'm thinking about doing some like a coaching. I'm thinking at some point like a group thing I want to start. Once I've got the audience and we can start doing that, it's just I've not really had anyone take me up on that offer yet, but yeah. But it's gonna just be patient. But yeah, try and get this channel monetized soon as well, and we're just gonna hopefully get monetized very, very soon. It's taking time with the watch hours. It's a bit of a pain in the ass with the watch hours. So I recommend if you guys can keep me running even if you're not watching it, that would help with getting the watch time up quicker. Because I'll notice that some of my lives have had hundreds of people watching, but the watch hours are very low. The average person's only watched it for a couple of minutes. If everyone could have just left it running the whole time, we could have had the watch hours by now. So yeah. Anyway, I'll just sit down for a second. I won't be on much longer. I've got to probably get to the shop pretty soon, but anyway. But yeah, compound lifts are, they're going to work the core to a certain degree. There's no such thing as a isolation exercise. Basically, there's no exercise where one muscle works completely in isolation, is what I was saying. Yeah, I think the core is engaged in pretty much every exercise with stability. Anyway, so yeah, it's all a learning curve really. So yeah. But I think I've noticed maybe putting on a little bit of size. I mean, in the last few weeks, yeah, that's what we're up to now. Maybe the creatine's helping a little bit. Yeah. Is everybody doing alright? Hope you're all doing well today. I may come back on later at some point. I'll definitely do like 7 PM later, but any more questions before I go? Anything you'd like to ask me before I wrap this up? You can ask any questions you like. Let's see what we're up to with the subs. We're getting any closer. Yeah, we're getting 1. Yeah. So yeah, if anyone's new here, could you subscribe to me so you get notified when I make another upload or go live. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified. Yeah. I hope you have a good day. Yeah, you too, Jennifer. So where are you from anyway? I don't know if I asked you, but yeah. Yeah, it was nice to have you here. Mate, have a great day. Mate, have a great day. See you later. Bye, everyone. Alright, bye. Anton. Yeah, alright. Take care, everyone. See you all later. Bye.